Hello, Charles Van Morgan. Show in the morning. It is entitled Who's Your Daddy? Or Your Lying Friend, not who's best for public safety. We'll talk about that. Come on in, Charles Van Morgan in the morning. So we'll turn this camera around, put some light on the situation. Charles Van Morgan Show. We're broadcasting live in the morning. At times we may broadcast at news scenes throughout the state, throughout the United States, as funds become available. So the show this morning is called Who's Your Daddy or Who's Your Lying Friend, not who's best for public safety. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about how people in government power, and specifically in Tennessee, it's probably that way where you're at. If you're in the UK, I've got some fans in UK, hello. Maybe it's that way in Ukraine or UK. And Canada, we got some friends in Canada. Some viewers all over the world. If I missed you and you're watching me from another country, then I appreciate you watching. This channel is about people in government power who are crooked, who mistreat you. They don't truly serve the public. So it applies nationwide, everybody in the United States. You can watch this channel and get a lot out of it, because we're going to peacefully overtake these people, because it's our government, and kick them out. Flip the script, put them in jail, some of them. I think we can do it. We can have hope. Hope is more important sometimes than reality, because reality is shaded by what we see, what we know. But have hope in the truth, because the truth matters despite overwhelming odds. So even though it might not look like it, have hope. And I'm here to bring you hope and steps that we can take action. But we got to talk about the problem first, so we can know what we're up against. We're up against astounding odds, very crooked, violent, dangerous people, inbreds in a lot of cases. Who's your daddy or who's your lying friend, and not who's best for the public good, the populace good, is what goes on in the Tennessee government. And I know that for a fact. I've seen it with my own eyes. AI can't tell me any difference. And the news media, the media corporations, I call them corps, the dead media can't tell me the difference. I know the truth. Usually the news media, now they've gotten a little better because they've been smashed so much and slammed so much for their obvious lies. I mean, they'll go do a story that they know is false and then print the opposite story of what the truth is when they know it. And they got people that on the news that are dangerous people, that are sick people. But they've gotten a little better in the past because of people standing up to them. And that's one of the reasons why the news media, the corps, try to keep the people in power, is because of the fact that they do them favors. They let them out of their drunken driving. And I got a verbal warning one time for a news reporter, very prominent here in Knoxville, was going a very extremely high rate of speed. And I stopped them for their own safety. And I got in trouble. Can't we give members of the media a break? Why? Because other people get penalized that don't have big, fancy, highfalutin jobs. But I'll tell you why. Because they want the news media left alone. And that's one of the major Stacey Heatherly's objectives. She'll get on television, lie. Say it's about the populace. We're not here to write people to, and on the news show, and lies about our military service, and good friends with the corps. So you print good stories about us, because I want to be a TV star. I care about my stardom rather than public safety. You step over body. She'll be literally, quite frankly, almost literally stepping over a body to get a higher position so that she can be interviewed and look better on camera. That's how the Highway Patrol is. Don't listen to their lies, their corpse. And in the Highway Patrol and in Tennessee government, it's about promotions and money. Your money. That's why it's important. It's your money that pays them and their kids is not going to services for you. Your tax money should go to community and public services, to roads, to adequate law enforcement, well-trained people that know what they're doing, that can provide for the safety of the community. That's what your tax money should go to. And because that's why we're paying taxes. That's why we have a government, to protect the Constitution, what's good for everybody. But these creeps, these inbreds, these dirtbags get in government power by lying to you, and then they promote inept people that lie for them. They promote their children. And people in government power promote other people's children because that's how they got promoted in the first place. And no one knows how to do their damn job. That's why you have major tragedies all over the United States, even major shootings, because the inept people in government power who are promoted because their daddy promoted them. Their friend's daddy promoted them because their friend's daddy promoted them. You know how it works. You know the drill. Yeah, and people know that. And that's one of the problems. But we can fight against that. And I'm going to point out some. Who's your inept daddy that promoted their inept son? Or who's your inept blind friend that promoted your inept blind friend? And public safety, your safety, that's the reason why it's important. It's not a personal vendetta. That's the reason why it's important, because your safety gets left out of the mix, and you and your family either get killed or a high risk of it. You won't hear this anywhere else. Charles Van Morgan Show, the truth from a sociological, scientific perspective. Sociologists, science. Sociologists measure people's behavior. They watch it and see what they do in social circumstances. Mark, that's the one time they did that. Let's see if we can replicate that. That's 2 times they did that. And let's look at the cost of that. Sociology is a science. It's not hocus pocus. The rich get richer. There's the predictive behavior of a rooster in the morning, just like you can predict human behavior. And we need to put some guardrails in place of protecting our government so that it protects us from letting these rogue people get in. You won't hear this anywhere else. Charles Van Morgan Show, broadcasting live, YouTube. We will reach, hopefully in the next few weeks, over 1 million. Hello. Good morning. You're the one that works here at Kenjo, right? Yeah. Good to see you. I'm doing a YouTube show. I won't get you on here, but I got almost a million, over 500,000 people so far. So yeah, it's a news show where we talk honestly about people in government power, which means my life's at risk. But that's why I come well protected, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So you know how dangerous it is. You know, like you can get how dangerous that story is. Yeah. People think those people are dangerous that come in and rob us, and they are very dangerous. You know who's more dangerous than them? Yeah. Well, let me tell you. Act like you're dumb. It's the government. You don't know that. Oh, see, people know that. So that's the reason why I got over 500,000 people listening, because people know how dirty the government is. But you know what we're going to do? We're nice people. We're going to try to uncover their crimes, and we're going to put them in jail. And we're nice people because we're going to give them a Bible while they're in jail. Doesn't that make sense? So good to see you, man. I forgot your name.
Carlos.
What?
Carlos.
Cargill? Yeah. Good to see you, man. Take care of your health. I pray for you. I know you've had health problems, so.
Thank you. How's your wife doing?
She's better.
That's good.
She's taking care of her health the best she can. So that's one of the things the government takes health insurance away from people. Yeah. You know, we got a Christian governor. He ran Christian. He did advertisements in the church. I'm a Christian. I'm honest, right? And Tennessee closes down more hospitals almost than any state in the nation. Is that a Christian way that we do things?
Doesn't sound like it.
Do what now?
Doesn't sound like it.
No, it don't. It don't. I mean, you put 2 and 2 together, it's 4. It's not. Yeah. It's not -3 like he says. But good to see you, man. I'll continue my show. Yeah, I watch it, and I'm getting a lot of views. Hopefully we'll get the word out and buy a bunch of Bibles, because we're going to need them, all these people we put in jail, hopefully. Hope is more important than reality, because reality is shaded by how big the problem is. But David threw a rock and hit the giant and knocked him down, didn't he?
Amen.
So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, take care of your health, man. God bless you, I pray. So yeah, there's a hardworking individual. Has a very difficult job to make a living, and has had some health problems. So you won't hear this anywhere else. Charles Van Morgan in the morning, out here live in public with the people. And I love this right here. I love this flag. Love this flag right here. Let's see here. American flag. So we'll see how many people got on here. Watch the show. Subscribe if you like the narrative, if you like the unbridled truth, news. We're talking to people right here on the street. See, people know I didn't have to try to convince him that people in government power are more dangerous than street criminals. I didn't tell him that. He knew the government, people that run the government right now. So it's not a hard sell. If you're trying to sell something, that you have to convince people the truth of your narrative, then you're at a loss. I don't have to convince people that the government people in power are crooked as hell. They're destroying this country. They're making it more dangerous for us and committing violent, dangerous crimes against us. People know that. So get on board. People already know it. I ain't convincing anybody of anything. I'm telling you what you know, and the only one that's brave enough to say it to their face, up close and personal. Charles Van Morgan Show. Watch, subscribe, share the message. Let's get this thing worldwide. Let's punch them, figuratively punch them in the face, like I learned when I was about 7, 8 years old. That's what you got to do, or you run all your life. So we can keep running, or start running. I ain't never ran before in my life, except for one time, and that's when I was about 6. And then I got some good advice, and I'm giving you good advice. So you won't hear this anywhere else. It's only on the Charles Van Morgan Show. Unbridled news, independent of any government-regulated organization. Other than civil laws, I don't defame people. I tell the truth about them. It's not defamation if it's the truth. So let's see how many people got on here. And continue watching the show. We're going to talk about and show you some pictures about who's your daddy, up close and personal. Everybody else is afraid to say this. We're telling you why the government's gone wrong, why it is so dangerous and harmful to you, why we have explosions out in Middle Tennessee at Bucksnort, where in modern technology with all the emergency management systems we can get in place, why do we have a factory that's blown off the planet, 16 people killed? Why do we have major disasters in this country? Because people in power that are supposed to provide means and measures and laws and rules and regulations to protect you ain't doing their damn job, frankly. I mean, really? And what's government good for if it's not doing its job? People in government power are worthless. They're dangerous to you. The only thing they do is try to protect themselves, and they're not even very good at that. So you won't hear that anywhere else. Join the show. Join the movement. Power to you, the people. And we'll show you, teach you the business, what we're going to do about this stuff. Let's see how many people got on here. Thank y'all for joining. Maybe read some comments, and we'll continue with the dialogue and show you who's your daddy and why these people are promoted. Some astounding things. I'm going to stand up to some people in power that think they're too good, too fast, too quick, too slick to be documented on a worldwide show in front of more than 500,000 people so far. But I'm going to show you their damn pictures, and the pictures of their little kitties, their little idiots that get promoted because who's their daddy? Not because they're good for public safety. So I'll show you their pictures and call them out by their names. So here we go. Charles Van Morgan in the morning. Let's read some comments, and then we'll tell you about that. So hold on for the ride. It's real rocky, and we'll talk about my safety and pointing out this public corruption, the criminal syndicate that's in the government. So we'll discuss that, because I intend to live to be a very old man. People that would like to kill me, and I'm not going anywhere, so I take measures to defend myself. Just like, Charlie Kirk got assassinated. They attempted to assassinate the president, assassinate John F. Kennedy, the president. But I know that this is a possibility because you're standing up to crooks in power that have your ammunition that they'll try to kill me with. So I know that. So we're going to talk about ways, some efforts to put barriers in place where they can't do that to me. And you can help because they will try, I assure you. We'll talk about that when we get back. Who's your daddy? And protect me. And you can help. So let's read the comments and thank y'all for joining. God bless y'all. Charles Van Morgan. We're doing it in the morning. We might do it anytime. Let's read the comments. So yeah. Wow, we got a bunch of people in here. So let's turn this around. Read the comments. That's you, Witty. Let's see. Berman, I'm not shit. Yeah. I can understand why Lane Kiffin didn't want to be around you. I wasn't around Lane Kiffin. So I bet he would. I like Lane Kiffin. I think he played the system, which is what a good coach does. A good coach, you mentioned Lane Kiffin. So a good coach is a good competition, and he gets football players to be competitive, and he's also competitive himself. He can play a whole football program. He can play the whole University of Tennessee, and he played the whole University of Tennessee and beat them, left in the middle of the night, showed them who's the boss. So they might have got rid of him, but I like Lane Kiffin. So and naysayers, you know, I mean, woo, oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm gonna turn YouTube off. I can't handle that little smart comment. Oh, it hurts me. Yeah, really. I mean, come on now, you joke. You know, you're well. I'm not. You're helping me. Let me just play this little. Oh, get off my channel! You bother me so bad. Yeah, right. So you know, I'm not going anywhere because you make a little smart comment. Trump is peace. That's right. Trump help them sign a peace deal in the Middle East, Palestine and Israel. God bless Israel. People hate me for saying that. Hey, I'm going to say it anyway because I'm not going to be under God's wrath. God bless Israel. That's from my heart. I have some think they're my friends that can't say God bless Israel. They say Israel doesn't even exist. That's not God's people that live in that country, and that's not his descendants. It's like, my question is, well, where the hell are they? I'd like to find them so I can say God bless them. I mean, such hatred and lies that come from the situation. The Israel people, the Jews, are in Israel. God bless them. And Palestinians in America are saying, well, I'm not so sure about that peace deal. I don't think the Jews are going to do right. Stoking that fire up. They're never going to have peace with Israel. Not because the Jews don't want peace. It's because the Palestinians don't want peace. They're not victims. So yeah, so anybody that claims to be my friend, hey, you ain't got to hate me. I'm not that powerful. Trying to be so I can put things in your favor. You better worry about God Almighty. The people in government power make fun at me because I fear God. Yeah, I fear God. I don't fear people in government power. I fear God. But we'll talk about my safety. Let's see. White man from town. Abraham was the father of Jacob, who later became Israel, and Abraham was the father of Jacob, who later became Israel. Abraham was Chaldean, that is now southern Iraq. Yeah, okay. Well, you better work that out with God, because I know what I believe, not me. Hey, old man, listening to himself and repeat. Okay, Christ is King. That's right, McDonald. Don't whatever. Okay, so we're going to let me turn this around. We're going to continue with the dialogue. Who's your daddy? So let's turn this around. Thank y'all for joining me. Charles Van Morgan in the morning. Truth unbridled. So, in the Tennessee government, people maintain power by legitimizing themselves, acting like they do things for the public good. That the government is instituted for the public welfare and benefit, not welfare as in social welfare, as in their general welfare, as in providing roads, providing public safety on those roads where people that don't obey the rules of the road get removed from the road, providing emergency management where if there's a major disaster that is coming or could come or that's already happened because they failed to recognize or act on it or warn people, and they don't, then they're supposed to mitigate and use your public funds that are pulled by your tax money to benefit the public. And they want the government, people in government power want to legitimize themselves. We are using our position of power that you have bestowed on us to benefit you. We are serving you. That's the image that they want to present. And in that image that they want to present, they don't tell you that they want you to believe that we promote people and give people your tax money that serve you, the public. That's what you pay taxes for, because we provide law enforcement that gets drunk people off the road. When in reality, they don't provide qualified people to get people off the road. And we promote qualified people who did a great job at the bottom level, so we promote them to a higher level because they know how to teach other people how to protect you, and they know how to manage the government that's set up for you, by you, in order to protect you. That's what the image of legitimacy that they want presented to you. We're legitimate. We're what you voted for. We're honest, good people. We go in churches and campaign for governor. Yeah, right. In reality, promotions and power are given to people who back up the polity, who back up the illegitimacy of the government, who keep those people in power. So people are given higher level positions and more of your money, not their money. And I've had them even tell me that. They don't care if you're doing your job, but you're not somebody's boy. They hired you in the first place because you're qualified, but they'll step all over your qualifications and destroy them, because it's not about your qualifications and ability to protect the public. It's about who's your daddy. And if you say, wait a minute now, I deserve that position of power. Look at all the public good I've done, and I'm concerned that the person you're promoted will do the same thing at the bottom level that they do when you promote them, and people getting killed out here. So and if you stand up to them, then they'll try to run your whole life. But in my particular case, I have hope that they didn't get it done. So who's your daddy? We have, and yeah, I'm gonna hang him out. Listen, everybody, this is a big news flash for all the world to know. And I want former Captain Ray Fletcher. Yeah, Ray Fletcher. Yeah, you're subject to criticism because you still have a position of public power, and you are a coward. You're crazy eyes. I remember one time he looked at me while I was out risking my life, got off the road, risking my life protecting the public. Now, he had a certain degree of respect for me because he knows what I'm capable of. Like right now, I'm capable of getting 500,000 people and telling them the truth. I'm not afraid of people in power. I'm not a coward like they try to portray me. He's a coward. He's a coward. And living off your tax money, and his whole family lives off your tax money. Former Captain Ray Fletcher, friend of the Lying Larry French. And if we can get down there, we'll go down there to the courthouses where they work right across the street from each other. They still got your public coffers going in their pockets, and they use their powers in the government. Ray Fletcher and Lying French use your power to fill their pockets at your expense. They're not out to protect you. They're out to protect the establishment. Ray Fletcher, you thought you was above my criticism. You thought I was afraid of you. Well, when you stop protecting the public from you and from your buddies, then I hang your horse's platoon out. I'm not afraid of you. I think you're a dirty coward. I'll tell you some things that Ray Fletcher did and show you where the dirtbag works at. And his buddy, Lion Larry, works right across the street. Because if you maintain the legitimacy of the illegitimate government, they will continue to fill your pockets with our money. With our money. It's not their money, it's our money. That's how scummy they are. They live off our money, continue to live off our money, while they uphold the facade of the dirty government. Former Knoxville District 1 Captain Raymond Fletcher, the liar that he is, the dirtbag that he is, that works at the retired and works protecting dirty judges. That's what they do. They retire and then they get these fancy jobs as bailiff where they go sit in the courthouse and fall asleep after they've ran the government for themselves and their family. So his son has no Master of Arts in criminology like me. His son didn't lead the state highway patrol and drunk driving arrest that massively was responsible for your children arriving home safely. Just think about that. Put that in perspective. Right now, parents, and you think personally about your loved ones, people that you care about, and they're going to work. They use these roads out here, and troopers are defenders of the road. They defend the road against people that would kill, maim, even because of their own stupidness. And you think about, you want them to come home. And you think about under the administration of, right now, Captain Ray Fletcher still has his hand in that. And Line Lieutenant French. And let him sue me for defamation. It's the truth. What I'm telling you is the truth. I'll go to court and say, well, I said that he's still got his hand in the government. And he doesn't care about your safety. Substantially cares more about his boy. And that's fine. Go in your own business. Get out of the government. The government's not a place for your selfishness, for your public corruption, Raymond Fletcher. And I got a right to say this. Lord knows what your corrupt mouth said about me since I ain't on your side, and I never was. I was on the public side. So Ray Fletcher's boy was promoted, and he'll be promoted even higher off your money, promoted to sergeant. So who's your daddy? It ain't who provides safety. So just think about this. Think about this. When you're at home waiting for your loved one to come home that has to use these roads, the Highway Patrol is responsible for highway safety. It's a highway patrol. And you want them, you're paying them tax money. You go to the grocery store, you pay Ray Fletcher and his boy. So you expect that they will provide for your safety out on the roads. You're waiting for your loved one to come home. Are you getting ready to get out on the roads right now? Think about this practically. I'm telling you, this is a real issue, a real problem. And in your country, is it the same way? In your state, is it the same way? I don't know. I can't speak as to your particular country. I predict human nature unless we combat it, unless we push back. Not like them, they do it violently. I suspect, well, I know Captain Ray Fletcher has crazy eyes. If you do something that doesn't defend the establishment, or he's not sure what side you have on, if it's not on the side, he'll look at you with crazy eyes. And, that's a major phenomenon that goes on with these power mongers. They look at you with crazy eyes when they're not sure about what side you're on, to try to, if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm showing you my disapproval by my crazy eyes, and there's more behind that. I mean, crazy eyes Ray Fletcher is what we got to call him. So his boy is getting more of your tax money. We'll even get more in the future because he's protecting an establishment that does nothing for your public safety. Now, I'm talking from somebody that did something about your public safety. Numbers don't lie. I made the road safer than any trooper in the whole state. I had literally no chance of ever getting promoted, even though I did, and it wasn't about that. It was about me being in a position to where I could train other people how I kept the road safe, and could have forced, like my heart was for the public, for little children. Their heart is in using the government for themselves. So Ray Fletcher's boy got promoted, and to further maintain the illegitimacy of people in power, his boy And if you're at home and you're getting ready to get out on the road, you're waiting for your loved one to come home, or you know they'll be out on the roads, and you think, these people care nothing about some drunk road person slamming in and killing my family members. The roads are dangerous because I pay my tax money and expect a certain degree of public safety out on the highways. And these dirtbags get rid of the best of the best. That the fatality rate is literally scientifically count the numbers lower when they're out doing their job. And they get rid of them because they're not willing to lie for the establishment and promote their inbred, promote their children to high positions in the highway patrol that do nothing, that even create an environment, now listen, this is important, that even create an environment, they're gluttonous, that's dangerous for their damn selves. And are we going to continue to allow this hypocrisy to cost our family members their lives? Because I'm telling you, you're at high extreme risk for people under Governor Bill Lee's travesty of a lying government that he lied to get in power if this continues to happen across the whole state of Tennessee. Now, Captain Ray Fletcher, just like they'll do you, he gave me a few breadcrumbs. Let's get off the road here so we don't get hit. And he'll give you a few breadcrumbs. I was out leading the state in protecting the roads. And he admits that. I did more protecting the highways than anybody in the whole state of Tennessee. And if you do a really good job and you are benefiting the public, it makes them look legitimate. Although they're never going to put you in a position where you can continue to help even in a higher level position, sergeant, major, lieutenant, even colonel. I mean, I got more qualifications than Hunchback of Notre Dame Matt Perry, but who's your daddy? His daddy's a former captain. So they give you breadcrumbs. That's what the government is doing to you. If you fly right, according to them, which you're not really flying right, if you don't cause any disruption, you take what they're given, which is maybe only a few of your family members will get killed. Maybe you only get injured in a car wreck that they have provided the environment for. Keep your damn mouth shut. You go against us. Look what we did to Charles Van Morgan. Look what we did to Marty Nix. And you keep your mouth shut about our sexual abuse of women. If you go through even our orders to complain against you, we'll fire you. So Captain Ray Fletcher was captain, the honest captain he is, with his lying buddy, and now his inept son that's over criminal interdiction, getting more of your money for doing nothing. So who's your daddy? Ray Fletcher's boy is a sergeant. He even pinned the sergeant badge on. They celebrate the inbred. They celebrate. It's a good thing for you to pay all our money to their big happy family. Wow, how about we pay our money to people in government service that provide services for us, and if they don't, how about we fire them? How about if they sexually harass women, even if they're your administrative lieutenant, we take disciplinary measures against the perpetrator, not use the system that is set up for us to supposedly complain to fire troopers like Marty Nix. So Ray Fletcher was over Marty Nix. Marty Nix was a great trooper. He even got hurt in a car wreck where he was pursuing a dangerous person, trying to get him off the road. And he endangered his own life to protect the public, and Ray Fletcher got rid of him. So if we don't run out of time, we're going to go in front of the two courthouses where the two brothers, in their old age, I'm in my old age and they blackballed me. Ray Fletcher's blackballed me. His line lieutenant, administrative lieutenants blackballed me. Lieutenant French, and helps a inept new lieutenant that's his friend. Who's your daddy or who's your friend? It's not who benefits you and will make sure that your family comes home safe, although they present articles in the newspaper like these people are darlings and that they're great for what they do. But if you look at what they do, look at the numbers, empirical numbers. How many people have they got off the road that was high under the influence of drugs and alcohol, that was dangerous to you? How many people did they incarcerate and put them in jail? Not how hard were they on the person, but did they even get anybody off the road? About zero. They work wrecks where people are hurt and injured and they don't even arrest people. How much education do they have? Do they have any education where they were trained, read books about the causes of major incidences, mitigation efforts? Do they have any emergency management at the highest levels of THPP? No. At THPP and in all government agencies in the state of Tennessee, even at the major university, they don't have people that serve the students. They have people that take the students' money and enrich themselves. So you look, are these people qualified to do their job? Hell no. They're dangerous to themselves. They're gluttons. They make the roads even dangerous for themselves. They get hit by drunk drivers themselves. So we'll continue this dialogue and talk about Ray Fletcher. Go to the courthouse and show you where in their old age they work across the street from each other. So we're still paying them tax money for doing nothing, maintaining their hand in public power to help their kids get promoted that do nothing. Look at the kids' education level. Look at their kids' job performance. That makes no difference. It's not about job performance. And you look at anybody in the Highway Patrol, in positions of authority in the Tennessee government, you can look at their qualifications, what they have done to show that they can serve the public, that they can lower the fatality rate. Look at the qualifications about what they have done to make sure that your family member or you drive out on the roads and you come home safely. What have they proven that will make sure, this is life and death, that you are alive, that your family member's alive? What have they done to show that? That's what we pay them for. Otherwise, we shouldn't be paying them anything. Otherwise, if they're lying to us about stuff, got to be investigated and put in jail. Nothing substantially at all. And the stuff they say they did, they give them awards for life saving when they haven't saved anybody's life. They've killed somebody. You know how you can tell if a trooper has killed somebody wrongfully? That's how you can tell. They give them a life-saving award. You know how you can tell who has messed up the worst in providing for your public safety? They're the ones that get awards. It's people think, well, they got an award for life saving. They're good for public safety. No, they've killed somebody. Read the news where they've covered it up. The districts that get the awards for District of the Year are the most dangerous people in the state. It's the most dangerous area. They're not good. So you can pretty much pick out who the worst people are by the promotions, by the awards. Look at the awards. They say one thing, but the story is the exact opposite of what is really the truth. You won't hear that anywhere else. That's just the truth. And I can prove it. I can prove it with facts, documentation, pure evidence. You can look it up on the internet and look up news stories about stuff that's happened. And then you can look at the awards they get later when you say, well, they were allegedly maybe killed somebody. They were involved in an incident where somebody was killed. You wonder why they're getting awarded. They're getting awarded for cover-up. That's the cover-up. They killed somebody, and they're covering it up, and the award even legitimizes. Well, they didn't do anything. They couldn't have done anything. The government gave them an award, Trooper of the Year, or Lifesaver Award. Yeah, it's because they're murderers, or they're criminals, or crooks. So they're trying to legitimize it. I mean, you know, a thief that steals, that goes in another store is not going to tell you, hey, I got this money unlawfully. They're going to try to act like it's legitimate money. I work for this money. I'm a legitimate promotion. Huh? My daddy ain't so-and-so. Yeah, right. And the people that do the most good are that won't uphold the illegitimacy of the government, like me and Marty Nix and a lot of other people that have been forced to retire, are people that are on your side, I ask you to consider the factual truth of what the government lies. And I'm going to show you an example of it. We're going to go to the buildings where these old liars work and show you their children who are now supervisors with their dirty agencies and their dirty illegitimate government and what we can do about it. Let me see how many people I got on here. Read some of the comments. Hang with me. You won't hear this anywhere else. If you want to hear the truth, go on. But let me tell you, your life's at risk. Your life's in danger. And we're going to talk about my life being at risk and what you can do to protect me, because I'm attacking power, not violently. I'm just telling the truth about it. I'm spreading political truth, and they're spreading lies. It's dangerous to you. I am helpful to you. I will help protect you if you listen. So hang in with me. Power to you, the people movement. And they laugh, and we keep getting viewers. and maybe they won't be laughing when we put them in jail for their crimes against humanity. You don't think crimes against humanity are taking place in the United States of America? I can look all around the state of Tennessee. It's so blatantly obvious. You'd have to have both eyes closed and not listen to anything, not to see the abuse of you from people in public power. And just like the man that I seen on the street, just out of the blue, out of nowhere, ask him a question about street criminals. What's more dangerous? A street criminal? He even works at a place where there's street criminals. He fears street criminals. What's more dangerous? Street criminals or people in government power? Right off, I didn't have to tell him. It's people in government power. Please say that. People in government power. So you know. So we're going to talk about Raymond Fletcher. Show you a picture of his boy. And then look at his record. I don't have the money to. We might in the future. Subpoena his or get a public information about his boy's record. See how many lives he's saved, that he really saved, not awards that he's gotten. See how many lives that he's really saved, and look and see if he's been involved in incidences where people are dead, or if he hasn't been involved in any incidences that are controversial. Why not? If you're a police officer, you're going to be involved in controversial incidences if you're out protecting the public. So we'll continue this dialogue. Hang with me. Support the movement. Contribute. This is important. If you want this channel to stay on the air, my life's in danger. Just like it was when I was a trooper. Support the movement. Hit the square icon. Hit the Cash App. And if you can, just show your support. Put in $1 to show me, hey, that you're behind me. Because we don't have to do this. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you, for the benefit of the public. And it takes money to pay a cell phone bill. It takes money to travel across the state. And I'm not begging anybody. I'll go away and never to return. Not death, but my life's at risk. And show me the care and love, or you know, I'll go hide under a rock and not tell you the truth about the government. Maybe somebody else is willing to fight and starve. I'll fight, but don't make me starve. So and I'm not starving, but I got other things I can do besides listen to some of you that are in government power try to kill me. So make it worth it. At least fund the.
Sir,
Yeah.
I see you all the time doing the campaign and stuff. Are you still doing that?
I'm doing a live YouTube channel based on my education in the law and sociology, and I'm talking about how crooked people are in. Well, what do you think's more dangerous? You think a street criminal out here that steals $5? You think people in government power are more dangerous? Yeah, see. So I do a video every morning. I got over 500,000 viewers. So I'm live right now. That's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I might run for public office again, but the news media doesn't like people that tell you the truth, and so they lie about me. So I can't win an election. I have to overcome the lies, if you see what I'm saying. So but if you supported me, I appreciate your vote and support. But Did you have a particular reason why you asked?
I've seen you for like over a month now.
Right. Well,
And
go.
I just always wondered because I could never read your sign. My eyesight's not great.
Okay. Well, I'm doing a YouTube channel. You can find me. It's Charles Van Morgan. I'm live right now, but I'm not going to take a picture to send you. But I'm live on YouTube every morning. I do a show that's attracted. We're going up on 1 million viewers, and I'm just talking about from my education in sociology, criminology from the University of Tennessee, how dangerous people in government power are to you, and they're violent people. I'm not. We need to vote them out. That's what all I'm doing. And evidently people like it because I got over half a billion people so far and building every day. So thank you. If you want to listen, go. You can find exactly what I'm doing. Michelle accuses me. I get out every morning of having an affair. I say, turn on YouTube and you'll see what I'm doing. but thank you. So
What
yeah.
did you say your name was?
It's Charles Van Morgan. I'm on YouTube. Yeah, you can see me right now. I'm talking about people in government power. Today's show is it's not who government servants aren't who protects society. That's what we pay our tax money for services. The government is promotions are dealt out for who's your daddy, not who protects society better. And I'm calling out some people that their sons are supervisors with Highway Patrol, and they do nothing to protect the Highway Patrol, but because of who's their daddy, they get promoted. Just like the University of Tennessee, Bill Haslam's name on it, and so is Randy, the other guy that ran for governor. So they're trading the president over UT for politics instead of who's good for the students, just stuff like that. So thank you. Here you go. I mean, God bless you. Be careful. So yeah.
You have a good day. Stay safe.
You too. I will. It's dangerous out here. Yeah. So we got a few supporters. So we're real live on the road. People paying attention to what we're doing, growing the movement. So yeah, we had a curious person that seen me out here up close and personal. So we're out here with the public. We're not sitting in these highfalutin office buildings, showing up at major tragedies, putting out baloney like the governor did the other day. Where was you before that tragedy took place? You said you went to that factory. Did you not notice any emergency management issues at the Buck Snort factory? Governor, do nothing, good for nothing, ought to be in jail. So let's see how many people we got on here. Read some of the comments. Like, share, subscribe. We have hope. We have hope. Realistically, I don't know. Support the movement and fund us to put the truth out. You want some pushback against these people? You won't find pushback nowhere else like you do here. You'll find a bunch of people either want to make a bunch of money by conspiracy theories, by dirty lies that try to blow up and sensationalize them stuff and try to make a bunch of money on you, or you'll find Charles Van Morgan that shows you facts and evidence based on science, empirical evidence, how dirty the government is and what we need to do about it. If you want to hear that, fund that. Or, this is your warning, don't play games. I'll go away. I don't have to help you. I don't have to help Tennessee. I don't. I'm doing it for you. But I'm not going to starve to do it. So today, countdown, warning 1. And you might get a few more, you might not. I don't know. Support the movement. Hit the Cash App or the square icon, or at a minimum, subscribe and facilitate the truth. Get the news out unbridled. If you don't, this is 1. You might get it 2, you might not. And I'm just telling you, show the love, or I'll go to where other people do love me. I have a great deal of value. You don't even know. You don't even know. Some of you do what I've been through to learn this. And I'm going to give it to you. And even if you don't like it, listen, it's some pretty good stuff. I mean, look at who I am. I'm all over the news, pretty prolific. And I'm willing to get on here at my expense and tell you, and then we'll talk about my safety, which is highly important. Rule 1, protect yourself, because you can't help anybody else if you don't protect yourself. So I'm asking you, in order to protect myself, contribute, or I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm starving to death at my family's expense. I've done that before when I was a trooper, and I won't do that no more. So if you don't contribute, you don't hit the square icon, hit the Cash App icon, and give $1. Show me you're in it to win it. Then I'll go win somewhere else. You know, I'll take my basketball and end the damn game. And that's warning 1. I'm just telling you. I don't have to help. And if you don't think I am, then fine. Hey, that's all right with me. God values what I'm doing. God's behind me. You can pray, but there's also a warning in the Bible that, praying for somebody when you have means to help them, that's 2 different things. Yeah, you pray and you help when you can. So either Cash App or Square to keep unbridled news. I got a doctor of jurisprudence, a master of arts in criminology, in sociology, emphasis in criminology. Tell you about crimes of the rich and what we can do about them. And we can have hope. And I have hope that people will show me today, hey, here's the turning point. Here's the love. Here's the paid for this. That's helping me. The turning point, the real turning point. Not some young kid that gets up. I agree with some of his views. Some of them were pretty awful, that were supportive of the establishment. Shouldn't have been supported sometimes. So, Mr. Kirk, I believe in his trust and faith in Lord Jesus Christ got him home. But I do not believe in his antagonism toward a higher education. He didn't have one. I do. And I also have his common sense and knowledge, and I can read books too. Part of what he said is true. Part of it wasn't. So I also have a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an emphasis in human resource management. So I'm giving you knowledge, and I have no ties to the state, to the crooked state government, people in power. I don't like them. I'll tell you the truth about them. The lens I have is how evil they are, what I've seen them do, and to try to stop them from hurting you. And when I speak out, there's gonna be pushback. And without any fuel in the engine, I'm not gonna keep driving the car. So if you want my education and knowledge and life experience, then show the love. Show the love, $1 or whatever, or at a minimum, I better see some subscribers today, or I'll take my basketball, because I got my own rules to go by. The only rules I got to go by is God Almighty. And He won't let people use you. So I'm not going to be used for other people's purposes. If you don't want my service, then don't do nothing. That's fine. I'll go away. I'm not begging anybody. I'm telling you to pay the piper. And whatever you need to do, show the love or buy. Now, I know I got a lot of haters on it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to continue to face the haters without people showing the love. So at minimum, subscribe. Now, I am monetized. I am monetized. But I ain't even got enough to buy a cup of coffee yet. You want me alert and ready, fired up and going, at least buy me a cup of damn Java. I mean, come on now. Or I'm not going to do it. I hate that for you. I hate that for you. I'm willing to fight the battle, help you fight the battle. But I need you in the game with me. You don't have to stick your head up. Nobody has to know. But show the love, or I'm out of here. That's a promise. So we got momentum. We're going downhill, but I can put the brakes on. I'm going to take care of me and my family first. So let's talk about my safety while we're on this subject. Because I am standing up against Raymond Fletcher, former captain of the Highway Patrol, who got rid of one of the best troopers in the state. Not me. He didn't get rid of me. Got rid of Marty Nix because somebody was sexually harassing his administrative lieutenant, was sexually harassing the secretary there. And Marty Nix reported it. Raymond Fletcher got rid of him because he was going against the establishment. We can't have it being pointed out that a lieutenant is sexually harassing the secretary here. We can't let people know that. Not that it didn't happen, it wasn't going on, but that will damage the legitimacy of my supervisory capacities so that I can't get my sons and relatives promoted in the Highway Patrol later. Yeah, right. Yeah, how you doing, Raymond Fletcher? You think I'm afraid of you, crazy eyes? You look my hurt, yeah. So this is on here, even if I do go away, Raymond. So, drive the scene of the wreck and not even come to court and testify. Because it might hurt your boy not get promoted. Well, your boy is promoted in an agency that's the Tennessee Department of Public Danger. Right now, that badge is tarnished. I'd be ashamed to wear it. There are some good people in the Highway Patrol. Raymond Fletcher was not one of them. And, but my safety, protection, health, and well-being, let me make sure I'm broadcasting live and you can hear me. And we're going to talk about something very important, more important than money. Coming up next, we're going to show you some pictures, got some stuff here. Some evidence, who's your daddy. We're talking about who's your daddy today. Not who's best for society, who's your daddy or who's your lying friend is the topic of today's discussion. And we're going to talk right now, as soon as I read some comments, about my safety and what you can do to help me if you want to. And if you don't care if I stay alive, I ain't got a bit of use for you. And I will anyway. So, I mean, I hope you stay alive. I'm for people's safety, health, protection, well-being. I always have been for that. And have provided for that to the nth degree. Have sacrificed and suffered more than I should have because of that. That's the truth. And people on here that are haters, hey, you ain't gonna take me down. But we'll talk about my safety and what you can do to help me, and you should want to help people stay alive, especially your soldiers that are on the ground, with feet on the ground, fighting for you like I am right now out here in the public. More ways than one to get killed. One of them is by people in government power, another is a scooter that believes they need to use a sidewalk instead of the bicycle trail. I've noticed that the past few days. So if you're out on the sidewalks in whatever city or county or place you're in, be careful about these people who are going a high rate of speed in vehicles on a public sidewalk, which is wrong. So everybody welcome. Thank y'all for showing up. So we got a little music here. Put this in my pocket. We're almost to the bridge. And broadcasting live. Charles Van Morgan worldwide. So let's talk about my safety and how y'all can help. Because I know from empirical evidence, you know what empirical evidence is? It's counting events. So this happened because this person did this happened because this person did this, and this might happen to you if you're doing what they did. That's a form of empirical. So here recently, Charlie Kirk shot right in the neck at a university. in Utah telling the truth for speaking for the First Amendment, even if you don't believe he's telling the truth. And I don't buy everything he said hook, line, and sinker. But I do buy the First Amendment. He's got a right to say it. Got shot in the neck. And will we ever know the true cause of all that involved? I don't know. People in power are investigating. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. But I can throw them pretty far. Just say it. So if you want that kind of fight with me, you attack me, I can throw you pretty far. I can kick you pretty hard and hit you pretty hard. So, I mean, you know, just say it. But look at Dr. Martin Luther King. He got assassinated. Lorraine Motel. There's a train going by, so you might have a little trouble hearing me. Because he spoke out against people in power in the government and against racism, and he spoke out for the populace, mainly his race, but he was also speaking out for human rights, for civil rights. And somebody assassinated, shot him in the head, sniper fire, insidious sniper fire. Donald J. Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm just counting empirical evidence. That's what empirical evidence counting. Hey, he's for the populace, or says he is. He's speaking out. Something's controversial that some people don't want to hear. And what happens? They get attempted murdered, or in some of their cases, they got murdered. Look at a lot of people that have become prolific in not going along with the system. Justifiably. Even if you don't believe them, they got a right to say it. They got a right to stand on a public sidewalk. Look, it's a public sidewalk. And they got a right to say, as long as they're abiding by civil laws, and I'm not saying be violent, I'm saying vote. And I'm pointing out people saying they're not right people and we need to vote them out. They're in public power. I got a right to criticize them more than other people. So that's empirical evidence. I mean, that's science. That's the way scientists do things. They count numbers, say this is what they did, and this is the number of times this bad thing happened to them or was attempted to happen. That's a form of empirical evidence. It's pretty obvious. Now, they do it sometimes. Now, you can do empirical evidence based on obvious stuff that you see yourself. That's still science. Now, whether that compares to other situations outside your realm of being able to see it is for another scientist, or you could do that. But what you do and count matters too. The government have you say what you see with your own 2 eyes, or if you're like me, 4 eyes, doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. It's science. Now, whether or not it's biased is another issue, but what you see with your own eyes is empirical evidence. That could be disproved by another scientist based on more evidence later. But I'm just telling you empirical evidence of people that speak out get attempts on their life. The snipers are the ones that I'm talking about. And there are other instances. People in Russia that speak out against the government and do stuff against Putin, get poisoned, get jailed. They're flying in airplanes after they think they've made peace with Putin, and the airplane just falls out of the air. So what I'm saying is, based on empirical evidence, what I see with my own eyes, I'm speaking out against people in government power. So my life, based on what I've seen, is at risk. I could be killed by one of these people in government power. Now, they're not going to admit that they did it. They're going to do it by not linking themselves up to it, getting somebody else to do their dirty work. They're cowards. They can't stomach the violence that they cause. The people that work in the highway patrol never really worked the road and seen the travesty and tragedy on the roadways. They got promoted to high positions and sat in an office and looked at a beautiful wall while the people that they step on don't get promoted that could stop some of the travesty, and then they promote their children that never hardly work the road either or do anything beneficial. So we're almost to the bridge. So what you can do about my safety based on my own empirical research, and I know for a fact they've sent government agents to my house to try to intimidate me and to go along with their program. Tell them what we want you to say. We don't care if it's the truth or we're right here at your house. I mean, we're showing you. Major Stacey Heatherly was right on my carport with her hand on her gun. You can ask Michelle Marie Morgan with another rogue dirty lieutenant, Lieutenant McDonald. Wow, what a winner he is. Stealing people's property through the forfeiture seizure. Stole somebody's truck, 3 different trucks, because they had to come down here to his property seizures. When they come down here in a new truck for the property seizure, he stole their new other truck that they were driving, till they finally just rented a car. They figured out he's going to take every damn thing I own through Tennessee's rogue forfeiture systems. Lieutenant McDonald, yeah, how you doing, Lieutenant, you dirtbag? Living off the government funds. Well, you uphold the crooked establishment. Yeah, while he was on patrol, he went to, Lieutenant McDonald went with the child molester, now convicted child molester. They went to strip joints while on patrol. They were doing police work. Lieutenant Johnny McDonald went to strip joints with a now convicted child molester. Of course, they knew not to invite me to, oh, we're doing patrol, we're patrolling the strip joints. Yeah, right, you sick pervert. Don't do that on the job. They knew better than to ask me because they knew I had a Bible in my pocket. They knew I was a Christian. That while I was on the job, I did the job to protect the public. So they tried to, it's why you speaking out against me, Van? I gave you an award. He did nominate me for Trooper of the Year. I'll have to give him that. They didn't give it to me. I'll have to give him that. But now that the system is against me, then he goes against me. Because he's a dirtbag. Now that's not all supervisors. THPP. He's one of them. Change your ways. So we're talking about my safety. What you can do to protect me is, and I'm not going to keep going over it, but one of the ways I already mentioned, just if you want to know what that is, rewind this tape about 5 minutes, and you'll see what I asked, what I said, because I'll protect myself in the other way. So if you want to know what that is, rewind the videotape about 5 minutes, and you'll see what the first way that you can protect me is. The other thing, you can protect me with public pressure on them to know what I stand for and know that. And I'll tell you what I want you to know, what you can do about my safety. If you care, I care about yours, care about mine. After I get me a drink of water. Let's see how many people got on here. Yeah, we got a bunch of people on here. So we're going to go to where Lieutenant Lion Larry French and former Captain Larry, Captain Raymond Fletcher. They're still getting your tax dollars. You know, I'm a fighter and a half, ain't I? I'll hang out anybody that goes against you. Be public. So what you can do to protect me, to keep me putting out this message, is public pressure. Because I'm letting you know right now up front, if something happens to me, where you'll read it in the news. Don't believe the news narrative. If something happens to me, you'll read it in the news. I assure you that I got killed by whatever means, or they might say that I'm dead and won't tell you the reason. And I have no premonition. I think I'm going to live to be a very old age because I'm taking measures to defend myself. A lot of people throughout history should have learned from history. Don't ride in a Cadillac, a convertible, when you're president of the United States. If you do speak out against the government, be careful where you go, like I'm doing, and look at your environment. Look around. Be careful. And also, you can help by public pressure. Realize if you read something where I'm dead, don't necessarily believe the news narrative. Look beyond the news narrative, and if somebody kills me, or they don't know the cause of death, which they probably might say, it's somebody in government power has killed me, has taken me off the planet. That's the truth, because I'm out speaking out against the government, people in government power. I'm not speaking out against the government. We are the government. You all are great people. I'm speaking out against the government, people in government power who have lied to you and taken over our government. Just like my empirical study, you can call it science or whatever you want to say, but my life's in danger. I can feel it. Trust me. And because look at all these other people spoke out against people in power, or spoke out using the First Amendment. They were taken off the planet. Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, Martin Luther King, others have been violently beat by people in the government. So I'm speaking out against people in government power. It is highly likely that they'll take a shot at me because of the things I'm saying truthfully against them that could show that they're not legitimate, they're not out for your public safety, that we need to vote them out because they are violent, dangerous people. They hide that, but they are. I'm not fooled. Realize that they are, so what you can do is public pressure. If you hear that I'm gone, even if they say it's not nefarious, look beyond what they say and look at, and I'm warning people, if somebody in government power takes me out, remember, there's almost 1 million people all over the world that will question you, and they might find they're the dogs that might sniff you out. So it's not being, it won't be unnoticed. So that's the first thing I'm telling you, is notice what's happened, pay attention, and don't listen to them and sniff out the perp. Because the man in the suit and tie, maybe at that building right there, that might be not on the bottom in the jail, might be the man responsible for my demise. So what I'm saying is, first thing you can do is be aware that if something happens to me, it's probably looked to investigate by public pressure. Call your representatives, call people in Tennessee, say you want to find out who done that. He was speaking out on the First Amendment, protecting our rights, who done it? And try to force them by public pressure to jail the dirtbags, and there'll be more than one, that put me in jail. So public pressure, people in the government knowing, this is your warning. Major Heatherly, this is your warning. People in the State Highway Patrol, this is your warning. If you do something to me, to harm me physically, now you can speak out against me all day long. If you got some legit criminal charges, which you won't have, go down to a judge and get a warrant, let me stand trial. Do not, and I've already been beat, do not hurt me. That is wrong. I won't do that to you. Don't do it to me, or it'll be pointed out, I assure you. Look what Chattanooga already did. Hey, vote for me, and they beat me up, put me in the hospital. So I'm not just talking off the top of my head. It's things that have been done in the past, and it tends to get more severe if you don't shut up. And I'm not shutting up. I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to keep on pointing out people in power, how destructive they are, how dangerous they are to you. Not necessarily me. I'm putting myself at risk by saying that. And I done told you, rewind the tape about 10 minutes and you'll find out what's going to happen if the love ain't shown. For me standing up and fighting for you, similar to what I did when I was a trooper. Because this movement is worldwide. Power to you, the people movement. It's not about me, it's about you. Show that you want the movement, or the movement won't be here. It's up to you. Show the love. At least subscribe. So public pressure, you can put public pressure. So I want people in public power to know that are listening to this, and they're listening to this. They're listening to every damn word I say. You are the audience wherever you're at in the UK, in Canada. You're the audience. You get it. Did you know, and I know it for a fact, I can prove it, there are people in government power that are listening to every word I say right now. They're right alongside you. Listen to me. You know why? Because they want to see what I say. Because they want to see if I break the law. First, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking any laws. They are. They're breaking laws. I'm calling them criminals. That's why they're listening. Because I'm calling them criminaloids. Look it up. That's a real word that I learned at one of their major institutions that got Bill Haslam, the crook's name on it. So they want to see if they can get evidence against me to go to that courthouse and get a warrant to lock me up, shut me up from a prison cell. So they're listening. The government's listening. People in government power listen to me. Hello. Here's your warning. People know if something happens to me to sniff your nasty, you know what, out and lock you up. I don't want to be a martyr. That's going to keep me from being a martyr for people to know. So what you can do is, something happens to me, they know you're going to find them. Everybody all over the world, hey, I'm speaking the truth to power. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, at least agree with my right to say it, because I'm telling you, they've already beat me up, put me in jail nefariously. They will try to take me off the planet. I'm trying to protect myself. You can make a difference, and they know now that I put the word out. Don't let them get by with it, and that'll prevent them from doing it. They know there'll be people hunting them down. So if you're in power now, something happens to me, your lies ain't going to matter. People are going to get to the bottom. What'd you do to him? Because we know you lie. Because if you didn't lie, why'd you put me in jail for? Why'd you beat on me? Where's your body cameras at where you said I committed crimes? The crimes don't exist. The body cameras do, and you hide them, so they'll hide the truth. So I'm telling you. So that's one way that will protect me, is public knowledge. Almost 1 million people, and probably the next month, will listen to this. Put pressure to find out who done it if they try to hurt me. Now that protects me, because now they know if they do this, they'll probably get caught and be incarcerated. So public pressure, at least I'm putting the word out. I'm trying. I'm not stupid. I'm trying to protect myself. And it's a real threat. Trust me. You call people in government power crooks because they are, and point out their crimes, they'll try to put you 6 foot underground. But they ain't going to get it done, because I'm taking measures to protect myself. Some I'm not going to talk about. But that, rewind the tape 5 minutes, you'll find out one main thing you can do, because I'm not going to keep begging. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to ask today again. Subscribe, like, and share. So we're talking about who's your daddy? And we'll cover some more in the future. Almost every day, talk about things you can do to protect me out here on the front lines of this battlefield against people corrupt in government power. And I'm using speech and truthful propaganda to put the message out. Not what they do. So like, subscribe, share. If you want to try to keep me safe, subscribe and like. The likes ought to be higher on this video than any, because I'm pointing out my safety. So if you care, if you give a damn at all, then hit the like button. Show me the love. Show me that you won't believe a word they say. So we're almost down to the city county building, where we're going to show you where who's your daddy, sergeant with the Highway Patrol, Raymond Fletcher, works at, on one side, the retired captain from the Highway Patrol, retired captain, And then his administrative lieutenant, retired lieutenant, administrative lieutenant, works on the other side of the city county building at the federal courthouse. Imagine that. They retire from their highfalutin highway patrol positions with their extremely high salary, full medical benefits for the rest of their lives, and they get cushy jobs where they sit at these courthouses. And I've seen the bailiffs go to sleep and get a bunch of money because they're in the in crowd. They've lived all their lives protecting the establishment at your expense. Raymond Fletcher protect the establishment at your expense. Allowed women to be sexually harassed in his administration. Gave awards to Trooper of the Year to people that didn't deserve it. Overlooked people that deserved it. Even my supervisors recommended me for Trooper of the Year. I mean, I was leading the whole state. Your family could come home safe because of me, because I risked my life like I'm doing now. And he gave somebody else that wasn't valuable Trooper of the Year, somebody in their establishment that protected the establishment at your expense. And now, so since he protected people in power, now they, I'm on a public sidewalk, you best be leaving me alone. And talking to the sheriff, yeah, what a bunch of crooks, some of them, not all of them. So let's see, we got audio on here. So got almost 200 people. So if you protect the establishment that's not good for you, then when you retire, they take care of you in your retirement. They give you these cushy jobs. So don't you dare say nothing in favor of the public, or they'll try to destroy your life like they did me. If you protect the establishment, you get a cushy job, your family gets promoted to positions of power in the highway patrol. So who's your daddy? Not who provides for public safety. If you provide for public safety and do not kiss the ring, then you'll probably be forced to retire, like like some captains have. There's been some good captains in highway patrol, and you may be out walking on the sidewalk, and a lot of people ain't as brave as me, standing up against the establishment. So Captain Ray Fletcher, his son got promoted to sergeant over criminal interdiction. Look at what he did. You look at nothing. You look at Colonel Matt Perry. Look at what he did when he was a trooper on the road. Nothing for your public safety, to make sure your family comes home safe. I mean, think about it right now. Imagine troopers out on the road. You want troopers in higher level positions and troopers out on the road that make sure your family comes home safe. Are you worried about your family out on the road? Well, you should, because we got rogue people in government power. But the people that are promoted, like Matt Perry, are people. Who's your daddy? His daddy was a former captain at the training center when I went through the academy. I went through their academy twice I went as commercial enforcement, and then I went to the trooper school in order to be able to serve the community better. So his son was in my second class. And in the first class, they sprayed us with chemical spray. It's a hazing thing. But the captain of the academy, when his boy was in the class, that's how they even win elections. They promote their family members, promote their friends. His dad, Captain Perry, his son was in my academy class, Captain Matt Perry. Colonel Matt Perry, Captain Matt Perry. He was a trooper, a cadet Matt Perry. His dad was Captain Matt Perry. And I was a commercial enforcement officer, and I went back to the academy to be a trooper, earning it the right way. Some people just got transferred over, but they didn't tell me they were just going to transfer. I went back to the school, and Matt Perry was in my school, and his daddy, I didn't know at the time, but his daddy was the major over the highway patrol. Was the colonel over the academy. So who's your daddy? And Matt Perry got elected to the class president. Imagine that. How'd he get elected class president? Oh, I didn't know. I thought maybe he was a speaker for the class. No, his daddy was the captain over the class, so he got elected because people in the class, maybe they'll be easy on us this class if we show the captain of the class that we like your son. So he was the captain over the class, the president over the class, Matt Perry, because his daddy was the captain of the academy, State Highway Patrol captain over the Tennessee Highway Patrol Training Academy. So his boy got elected to president. That's how they win elections, because they pick who they want, their family and friends that don't serve you. I voted for somebody else. I didn't vote for him. So now he's went on to be colonel of the Highway Patrol. Look at his performance on the road. He was in a lot of training classes and got a lot of privileges and benefits, made sergeant really fast. And now he's an uneducated idiot that doesn't know how to protect society, that promotes people based on who's their daddy. So here's the courthouse. So Matt Perry got promoted to colonel because he supports the establishment. So here we are where Raymond Fletcher works. And look at these people right here, all friends. Who's your daddy, or who's your friend? Who's your line friend? Line Lisa Perlin, friends with all these people. So yeah, it's about who's your friend. So we're here at the courthouse. Right here's where Raymond Fletcher works. His son is a sergeant, got promoted to sergeant. His administrative lieutenant works right across the street over here at the federal courthouse. Line Larry French. And we'll head back to the bridge, and we'll show you some paperwork about how crooked these people are. So people in government power get promoted based on inbred, based on who their daddy is, not based on how well they protect you society. Raymond Fletcher, his son is a sergeant with THP. Colonel Matt Perry, he got promoted because his daddy was the former captain of the Highway Patrol class. In the Highway Patrol class, in the first class, I got sprayed with chemical spray, the hazing. When Matt Perry was in the class, his daddy wouldn't let us spray his boy. Wouldn't let him spray his boy with chemical spray. So they didn't spray anybody with chemical spray in the class that his boy was coddled in. He wouldn't spray him with chemical spray. He wouldn't allow his boy to be hazed like everybody else was in the previous hundreds and hundreds of classes previous. And then his boy got in the academy class, and all of a sudden that they stopped spraying people with chemical spray. They stopped the hazing because the captain over the class wouldn't allow his boy to get hazed like he had hazed everybody else. So they get privileged treatment, and they get privileged positions, and that'd be fine. That would be fine if it were their own private mom and pop store. If they got their own private business and they want to promote their child to give their son their business, that's fine. Hey, their continue to stay in business depends on how well they run the business. But when they're running the government, that's your tax money, that's supposed to provide for your safety, health, protection, and well-being, that they're supposed to not be benefited substantially. They ought to make a living, but they're supposed to serve you, and they promote people that don't serve you in government power. There's a problem. There's a problem. You ought to get the best people for the job that provide for public safety. And that's not what happens. And investigations. What if one of their boys kills somebody out on the road, shoots them, kills them? And you hear about shooting incidences. And some people get tried for murder as police officers when they're defending themselves. Like Ray Faircall. He doesn't have any parents or daddy or people influential in government service. So he defends himself and gets tried for murder for defending himself. That's what I believe. I know Ray Faircall. He's in the news now. He's been tried for murder. He's a police officer. And a man came at him with a rock. And a rock can kill you. Look at the sheriff deputy in Knox County that yesterday was in the news. He needs more medical care because somebody hit him in the head with a rock. He's a sheriff's deputy, and he's been seriously injured. He got put in the emergency room the night he got hit in the head with a rock. So a rock is a deadly weapon. And yesterday in the news, they're claiming and they're saying, which God bless him, if you can't help him, he's needing more emergency. He's needing more medical treatment because it did something to his brain getting hit in the head with a rock. So a rock is a deadly weapon. Ray Fairclough defended himself against a rock in Morgan County. He has no parents in the government. He has no political clout. So even though he complied with the law and had every right to do what he did, they hang him out and try him for murder. And this is the difference. I'm going to tell you the difference. Very important. What if you're a police officer and have no political clout? Your daddy isn't a captain. You don't get promoted to sergeant, number one. Ray Fairclough was a sergeant. Never will be, because the best he can hope for is to get out of the criminal to have justice done, and for him to beat the criminal charges, not to get out of criminal charges. He's not done anything criminal. He's been wrongly charged for political reasons. What is the difference? I'm going to show you the difference. Compelling. If you have no politics, if you're not an inbred, if your daddy is not in the government, if your daddy's not in law enforcement, which mine's not, mine was dead before I was 2, like Ray Fairclough. He doesn't have inside politics. He defends himself. What happens if you don't have inside politics and you defend yourself? You get charged with a crime, even if you didn't commit one. And everybody's aware of that shooting in Morgan County. Ray Fairclough's charged with a crime. I know Ray. I don't believe he did anything wrong. A rock's a deadly weapon. Have every right to defend himself. I believe that he will win eventually in court through a jury, but they're dragging him through all this, branding him a murderer right now. And Ray, hey, brother, I pray for you. May God bless and protect you and your family while you're going through this difficult time. I believe you're going to come out the better. And he was on my side when I was going through stuff. I know. He knows how it is, how crooked the THPP is. Marty Nix knows how crooked THPP is. He knows how crooked Raymond Fletcher is. He never thought I'd say anything publicly against him. He should have gave me Trooper of the Year instead of one of his good old boys that I was recommended to. So he gave me breadcrumbs, and that's what the government will do to you. They'll give you breadcrumbs. They'll give you just a little bit. You say, well, they gave me this. Yeah, but did they give you what you deserve? True service, true protection for your family, or just a few of them get killed? I mean, really? Are you satisfied with that? So I'm not going to take it. We need the full service, and we need them fully, their whole body and some of their family members in a jail cell. And we need to give them a Bible while we're in there. We're good people. So let's look at some of the evidence. Hang on here with me. Show you some pictures. Let's see how many people got on here. Yeah, a bunch of people. Read some comments. It says here, we'll turn this around, read some comments. You can see my Tennessee hat. Let's see at the bottom here. It says, Stephen Elliott said, hello, Stephen Elliott. Redneck fishing and more unjust. Put him down. Somebody wants me dead. Okay, wow. I hope you don't get killed. Hope you, if you hurt somebody, you get put in jail for it. Let me guess, is it money? After fighting for you. Everyone hopes for everyone's safety. Stop begging. All I hear is a beggar. Did you wish he stayed alive too? Let the guy you let burn. I didn't let anybody burn. I'll help you get a job. I do have a job. I'm doing my job right now. And I got several jobs. So yeah, I mean, get an education. I'm telling you, what's that guy that says get a job? Get an education. For one, get an education. Learn some stuff. Don't spit out false propaganda. He's talking about the code of silence that all officers follow when immunity won't be enough. Cops alive, all else know when to shut up. Yeah, there's a code of silence going on. Not all of them do that though. Let's see. The dirty old, that one outdoor dude. Brian was real, and I have been a supporter for a while. He showed true colors tonight. Okay, thank you. All I care about is what NFL team you support. I like humor. I used to like the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Tennessee Titans, but I just wish all that money in that probably one of the most expensive stadium in the nation that they would win sometimes. But I like the Titans. I like who's ever winning. I'm a fair weather fan. This man is real. Let's support him. Thank you, Brian White. God bless you. He is today. It's like he's shaking us down. No, I'm not. If you can afford a cell phone, you can buy a cup of coffee. Yeah, I can. But you should buy it for me. You're listening to me. Or watch me go to sleep. I'll film myself going to sleep. Looney Tunes. Do you like independent creators and press? Then send them a little love. Okay, right. Thank you. What got you so wound up this morning? Take your ball and go home. Yeah. No. Maybe. I don't know. Bro, content creators have to survive. Those of you hating on them for trying to survive capitalism are a joke. Send the man a $1, cheap ass. Okay. Showing love, giving him a thank you. I'm not giving you any money, scammer. I'm not a scammer. I've got a high level of education, and you don't have to. You know, hey, I won't help you. Or you're a free rider, you'll get helped anyway. Give him money, thank you. Keep going, brother. Amen, Brian White. Thank you, Brian White. Begging for, let's see. Now I'm out. This ain't, I was subscribed and thought you were a decent person. Now you're begging for money. Good luck. Okay. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Good night. Bye. Let's see. In 2022, while running as an independent candidate for Tennessee Governor, Morgan was arrested for intimidating voters outside the Hamilton County Election Commission. That's right. Arrested. Where's the conviction? Well, I didn't know conviction. Maybe it was false charges, you know. And where's the body camera? Where's any evidence, any recording, any factual evidence of me doing any of the stuff they accuse me of? There ain't none. So maybe people in government power lied to try to adversely affect a political candidate in the United States of America. You ever thought about that? So look at check the record. They won't tell you why, but the charges were dropped completely. And my federal civil lawsuit wasn't. The officers were still on the hook. Out of the goodness of my heart, the officers made a mistake. I dismissed the lawsuit, which was ongoing. The charges were dropped before I dismissed the lawsuit. So, I mean, you can check the record. I didn't intimidate any voters. What up, dude? Okay, let's see. Morgan appeals his firing, but the decision was upheld by a state appeals court in 2017. And Lewis family also filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Morgan and the THP. Yeah, the one. Okay, yeah. Fake courts. So, I mean, you want fake courts that rule for the legitimacy of the illegitimate? Just because a judge defames you doesn't mean that the judge is right. I didn't do anything wrong. They lied. You look at my videos, I've showed evidence, you know. I mean, a propagandist putting out lies. Thank you for running up my views. So none of that is true. That's all lies. That is an example of me doing what's right. I'm proud of that. If the people in government have power fire you, then maybe that's a good thing. You ever thought about that? I mean, look at Rosa Parks. She got arrested. Her mugshot's a good thing. But a white man, oh, it's a bad thing when they get, not necessarily. I didn't commit any crime. I've never been convicted of any crime. Wow, imagine that. I've been convicted of civil stuff by dirty civil judges that back up the government. That just means I'm doing the right thing. That doesn't mean I'm doing bad. Hey, idiot, the one, look a little beyond the propaganda and think about things in a logical manner, dude. You idiot. So let's see here. And not knowing you are not campaigning, I don't know. Kids' parents who donate the most get the spot on the screen. Okay, so let's show you some pictures. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for showing up this morning, Charles Van Morgan. Let's show you who's your daddy. Finish this little conversation and then get the heck off here. And be back tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Maybe, will depend, see how much love we get. With at least likes and subscribers. And if you want me to go away, hey, unsubscribe. I might. You might get your wish. I'm not out here stick my head up for nothing, but I think I got enough people on here that'll make up for your baloney, and you'll still listen to me anyway if you're not subscribed, because you won't hear this news anywhere else. Unbridled news. So let's show you some paperwork of Who's Your Daddy. I showed you the courthouse where the former captain of the Highway Patrol in the Knoxville district, what do you know? He gave me a few breadcrumbs. I was leading the state in drunk driving arrests. So what that means is, by statistics and science, I was causing more of your family members to come home safely. And he breadcrumbed me. He gave me Trooper of the Year for the Optimist Club. Gave one of his buddies Trooper of the Year for the State Highway Patrol. Wow, Raymond. Ooh, I appreciate you. You think I'm stupid, dude? Looks at you with crazy eyes. What an idiot he is. Here's his boy. Look at his boy here. His boy, what do you know? Who's your daddy? That's how you get promoted in the highway. There's his boy. Look at this. I'm proud to announce the promotion of Ryan Fletcher to Sergeant in Interdiction Plus. It was an honor to have his dad, retired Captain Ray Fletcher, pin him. Congratulations, said Colonel Matt Perry, who his daddy, there's Matt Perry, his daddy. See, it's about who's your daddy. Who's your daddy, not who's good for public safety. So Raymond Fletcher putting that badge of dishonor on your boy, your idiot boy. Does your boy have a Master of Arts in Criminology? Did he lead the state in drunk driving, or you pinned him on because you worship the establishment? Well, Raymond Fletcher, let me say, for the record, you're a dirty, fat, smoking thug that's useless for public safety. That's what I say. That's what I think. And Mr. Dirty Raymond Fletcher that allowed a woman to be sexually harassed in the Knoxville district. You can look it up. Sue me for defamation. I'll point out where it's true, you dirtbag. Still making public money, and your boy still getting our tax money. Well, I object to that, Ray. And if you try to hurt me, or your boy tries to hurt me, or somebody from THP, the message has already been put out. Look at Ray Fletcher and his little boy. They might be trying to kill me because he's a madman, I'm telling you. Hey, Ray, there you are and your little boy. I got a boy too, but I wouldn't harm public safety to promote them to positions of power. They got to earn it and deserve it. So what we can do about this is go vote. Now there's angels when you need help. And we'll get off here. Not right now. There's angels when you need help. Thank a emergency medical person or thank a police officer today for their service. Tomorrow we will talk. If we get enough love, likes, and shares, we'll make a decision to continue this on-the-ground fight with my safety being in danger. Anybody see any snipers? Yeah, with my life being in danger on the ground, talking about who's your daddy and pointing out why people in public power get promoted. We're going to continue the dialogue about cider fatter. People that protect the establishment at your demise are the ones that are running the government. And what we can do about it is we need to vote to stop that. So tomorrow, maybe, we're back on here. We got enough love. If we didn't get enough love, we're going to reevaluate the whole deal. Is it worth the fight? Is it worth my life? I don't know. You tell me by your likes, shares, comments, and go back about 20 minutes and find out what else you can do. If you don't, I take my knowledge and go somewhere else. You got to do this. I may not. I don't know whether it's worth it or not. You tell me. Make it worth it or don't. It's all up to you. I'm not going to be used by any damn body. And I put out enough to help you all already anyway. Being out here every day is dangerous to me and my family. So I call it like I see it. I'm just telling you the business. I'm not a fake person. Show me the love or I'll show you. Bye. And that's just the damn truth about it. So we'll see. If you want me to stay and talk tomorrow about who's your daddy and about liars and people's friendships, or who's your friend who will lie for you, that keeps people in government power at your demise. Now, this is at your expense. They're causing you your literal lives. You want to hear this anywhere else? You want to keep hearing it? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go back about 30 minutes and find out what else you need to do if you want to continue hearing this. So tomorrow, maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we won't. Last thing I always say, it may be the last thing I ever say live on YouTube, depending on what you all want. You might want to get the word out. With the next few hours, I'll make up my mind, depending on what you all do. I mean, this is the deal. You make it sustainable where I can stay alive, because this is dangerous as hell. Because I'm not going to be a Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to be a martyr. So you make it worth my while, or I'll quit telling you the truth and put my life at expense and my family's life at expense. And that's when the next few hours you got time, tell people, spread the word, like, share, comment. You can do it when the video closes. If you don't, you might not see me tomorrow. It might be the last thing I say here in just a few minutes that you'll ever hear from me. Not because somebody assassinated me, or maybe because I'm not going to do this when you all don't want it. You don't want my help, which is fine. Hey, that's all right. I can do a lot of different things. Got a lot of knowledge I can put in another direction. And so we'll see. You won't hear this anywhere else. So you got plenty of time to call your friends and family, tell them to like and subscribe, and go back early in the video, tell you what you need to do, or I won't be back tomorrow or ever. So that's the deal. That's the way it is. And that's honest. And if you want some more honest truth, subscribe, and the likes ought to be higher in this video than any of them. And I'm not pleading with you. I'm just telling you the deal, the business. You got plenty of time between now and tomorrow morning to hit the like button on this video to show me you won't be back. If you don't, I won't be. I'll go do my thing and you do yours. And people will have to sacrifice and suffer. So the last thing I'm going to tell you, we're back tomorrow. We'll talk more about who's your daddy and who's your lying friend. Last thing I'll say is, and this is true regardless, God loves you, and I do too.